Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is a unique course on the principles of an Islamic education, since we have all been trained in the Western and we have learned the Western methodology. The course will emphasize how different an Islamic education is supposed to be. This is meant for Muslim teachers to put into practice as the methodology for teaching any course. So the first principle of an Islamic education is to discuss the purpose of teaching. The first question that a Muslim teacher must understand is, how can we reach the hearts of my students? But we use a show, don't tell principle. So instead of telling you about this, I am going to try to reach your hearts. But this creates a deep dilemma. Therefore, even though it is the most important job of a teacher, how can I reach your hearts? This is an online course. You're not present. An Islamic educational principle is that don't teach fish to fly and don't teach birds to swim. But how can I know whether you, my audience, the person who is listening to me, are you a bird and you are capable of high flight, or are you a fish and can you swim in the deep oceans? I cannot know that. So how can I build a bridge across time and space and reach you when I am speaking from a different place? How can I learn what you hope to be, what is the best that you can develop of the hidden potential that is inside you, that Allah Taala has said that every human being is worth the entire humanity. So the potential that is within you is huge, enormous. How can I help you in that? And how can I learn about what you fear, which is holding you back from being what you can be? There is a solution to this dilemma, and that solution comes from the heart. Our hearts are not limited by the boundaries of time and space. The entire universe is very little, nothing compared to the greatness of Allah. But Allah Ta'ala has said that He comes into the heart of the mu'min. So the heart, when it is purified, is an amazing organ. It can be filled with the nur of the recognition of Allah. And it is the nur of Allah which comes into our hearts. The deepest wisdom remains the same across time and space. All human beings are born with the Deen of Fitrat. The nature, the essential truths of Islam are imprinted in our hearts and built into our manufacture. But these eternal truths must always be expressed in a new way according to the place and time and historical context and culture. Just to explain this very important educational principle, the need to defend the ummah is a hukum, is the amr of Allah. And it is universal across space and time. It does not change. But how to do it? It was with bows and arrows and horses in the time of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But this can change to being with guns or with artillery or with warships or with airplanes according to time and place. So, the purpose, the ultimate purpose of our lives, the creation of the universe, this is discussed in the Quran, that those people who remember Allah in sitting and standing and think deeply about the creation of the heavens and earth, and they understand that, oh Allah, you have not created this without purpose. So we must understand the purpose of the creation of the universe and our place in this universe. So the first question that we must address is, what was the purpose of the creation of the heavens and the earth, and what is my role and purpose? If I don't understand this, then we will waste our lives, because we will do meaningless actions which don't go towards our purpose. As the Quran says, أَيَحْسَبُ الْإِنسَانُ أَنْ يَتْرُكَ سُدًى? Has man thought that he will be left without a purpose, aimless, wandering? The Quran tells us to reflect on the creation and to reflect on the purpose. So the Prophet ﷺ asked Allah Ta'ala for useful knowledge, and he asked for protection from useless knowledge. So what is the difference between useful and useless knowledge? The useful knowledge is relative to the purpose. If I understand the purpose of creation, then useful knowledge is that which helps us to understand what the purpose is and how we can achieve it. Useless or harmful knowledge prevents us from understanding the purpose of life and distracts us and makes us neglect and ignore the purpose, and this results in the wasting of our lives in meaningless actions. So, any Islamic education for any subject must begin with the discussion of the purpose of our creation and how we can use the knowledge that is being given in the course to achieve the purpose. So for any subject at all that we are teaching, whether it's Islamic economics or whether it's statistics or mathematics or physics or chemistry or biology or sociology or politics, we must understand how that knowledge will help us achieve the purpose of our life. And this is the goal of this course, to teach Islamic teachers how to teach any subject in an Islamic manner.